Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Okay. System thinking for human AI collaboration, navigating complexity through reflective practice and quantum perspectives. Yeah. My name is Dr. Xavier Matieni. I'm based, I can say, Northampton. No, London. I'm in London and traveling all the way to Northampton, delivering sessions or let's go lecture. So today we're going to talk about probably something that is common sense, or is common sense something that can help us? We're going to discover through all this talk. So first of all, I will say thank you for attending this session, and I appreciate the previous lady who was here, Alison, to introduce system thinking in a workplace. So I'll do the same. I'll see the dynamics of a classroom, and I'll run a little simulation if you permit, or if you don't want, I'll continue just with the presentation. My first question is, when the rooster crows, the sun rises. When the rooster crows, the sun rises. This is something we got in our mind, in our culture and things like that. But I've been in London for about 30 years. I never heard a rooster crows, but the sun's still rising. Another one is when we know today really, really well, we can predict the future. Is that so? Those are a few questions we can ask ourselves. So without further ado, let's move on to the slide. So I'm a senior lecturer in applied system analysis, University of Northampton. So today we're going to talk about 4 acts. The first one is complexity and perspectives. Complexity overwhelms when reduced to part. System thinking restore wholeness. And then the act number 2, human AI symbiosis. AI is not just a tool, but a co-evolving partner. Symbiosis requires perspective taking and ethical grounding. The third one will be quantum perspective. Quantum intelligence reframes cognition, embracing superposition, entanglement, and emergence to see patterns across scales. The fourth one will be just a case study of a dynamic within a classroom. Moving forward, is complexity an oppressive force? That which everywhere oppresses the practical human beings, the practical human being, is the greater number of events or great number of things and events which pass ceaselessly before them, and the flow of which they cannot arrest. Complexity is not a new thing. We've been living in a complex world, even our ancestors. But is it different today? Why? When the first oh, I shouldn't move from here. From the time they created or they designed, they manufactured the first car, they were thinking that the people running in that box, they were lunatic or they were mad. But now with the advent of AI, what is our position? What is our thinking like? Is it a tool or are we mad? And we've seen that in classroom as well. Students are not allowed to use ChatGPT, but teachers are using ChatGPT. Is it a dirty secret? There should be a way to accommodate all this. Let's move on. That's according to MERS. What problems are we really trying to solve? That's the first question to ask ourselves. We got fragmented approaches. Organizations and practitioners often treat AI as a standalone tool, focusing on narrow optimization, efficiency, performance metrics, rather than seeing it as part of wider socio-technical systems. Risk of over-reliance. Evidence shows that our reflective use of AI leads to metacognition laziness, overconfidence, and reduced engagement and critical thinking. How many of our students or ourselves are offloading our tasks to ChatGPT or generative AI so that we can gain in time or we can have answer quickly? So failure to address complexity, traditional hard approach like operation research, optimizers often miss the messy realities of human context. So issues like mental health, social belonging, or motivation in a classroom, for example, is not being seen or addressed properly. Lack of frameworks for symbiosis. There is no widely adopted framework that integrate human and AI perspectives in a way that acknowledge feedback, boundaries, and emergent behavior. To frame our journey, we got 3 questions. The first one is, whose voices and boundaries am I including or excluding when I use AI, human or machine? That's a question to ask ourselves. The second one, am I treating AI as just a tool for efficiency or as a reflective partner for wisdom? How can I, with AI, hold multiple possibilities and in superposition before collapsing into one solution? That is the quantum aspect with the principle of entanglement, the principle of superposition, and observation or observed object. So another one, this is Jung. Carl Jung said that we, human beings, are between fullness and emptiness. Joining our strength with creativity, with the fullness, we become creative. And with the emptiness, that is destructive, and then we cannot move forward properly. So what is said, so emptiness becomes destructive when you fully use your strength toward emptiness. And it is creative when it's with fullness. So in our terms, fullness might mean rich insight or data, and emptiness might mean lack of meaning or purpose. Complexity arises in how we move or we navigate between all this fullness and emptiness, the way we move forward. So human resilience is found in balancing this opposite. Too much order can stifle creativity, and too much chaos can be destructive. So we have to find the operating point, which is a sweet spot where we can navigate or new ideas can emerge. This is according to Carl Jung. Can you see this guy coming? Is he in front of a tree or coming behind a tree? What do you think? Is he going backward or is coming? So the question, have you ever seen someone ski around both sides of a tree at the same time? So the father of quantum physics, which Niels Bohr, said, everything we call real is made of things that cannot be regarded as real. So whatever perspective you might have, your common sense, you might change it, even when it comes to solving a problem. Most of the time, we concentrate in finding the solution, rather probably to see or to understand the problem. We jump straight away to bringing the solution, the optimal, the best solution. But when we think as system thinkers, we might say one solution can create another problem, so that's a butterfly effect. So the best approach to adopt perspective, and Cabrera, and I believe you might know Cabrera in America, said he used one framework we call DSRP. D for distinction, S for systems, and R for relationships, and P for perspectives. Sometimes we ignore other people's perspective without even identifying our own biases in the way we are approaching problems. So what happens when the impossible seems possible? We use superposition. So the AI entanglement, how do we overcome the fundamental fear of losing our identity in such a profound transformation? I use cartoon because I feel I have got a child in myself. I still have that. So what do we see there? Can you see, remember this Ice Age movie where you see Ellie, the elephant, mimicking Crash and Eddie to become opossums? Approach we adopted. Are we denying that something is there and then we have to hide in multiple forms? Or are we using our brain to cover our shoulders and our feet? So we're using the brain as an umbrella to cover our feet and the rest of the body. Misuse or misalignment of intellect. That's what we are doing sometimes. But is it a strategy? This should be a good strategy as well. Is it keeping our hack on, like Scrat, keep our speciality? Narrow specialists feel safe even as the ice cracks. That is what we are there. We need to adopt interdisciplinarity. And another one, don't worry, this is the last, I believe. Flexibility. When we're talking about complexity, think about flexibility, adaptation, and the rate of change. Poor Simba was driven out of his family because they say he killed his father, Mufasa. Was it Mufasa? I don't know. So Scar said that he was Simba. He went to join another group of people, or animals, and Timon and Pumbaa. He became flexible, eating bugs and so on. That's complexity. In front of complexity, we need to be adaptable. We need to understand the rate of change, how things are changing. So that is another, it's not all. We're gonna move on. So from Jung, fullness and emptiness, we move to chaos, complexity, and quantum perspectives. Jung reminds us that human strength can build or destroy depending on what it combined with. In systems language, this is about how patterns reinforce or collapse. Chaos, fractals, and quantum thinking help us grasp how fullness and emptiness, order and disorder are always in tension within complex systems. This is how we can view complexity. Complex system comes after chaos and is before adaptation. I'm not going to cover everything. It's a bit too much. So we talk about complexity. Complex systems emerge from local interaction, simple part forming global patterns, emergence. Adaptation, feedback allows systems to learn, creating implicit models of the environment. Self-reference system can reflect on themselves. Example, team improving its own process, or to add another layer of complexity and adaptability. That is according to the gentleman called Flake Gary William. Is the one who designed this one, and that's where I was saying, okay, we always talk about complexity, but all are interlinked from computation, fractals, chaos, complex system, and then adaptation, and you go along the cycle. That's a good schema, and then from there, because of time, we cannot dilate more. So now, how we use our intellect in a practical way. We are human here, human understanding, and the natural process. We interact with natural process by predicting, and from the natural process we can observe. So what we do, experimentation and theorization. In the middle, we can do the simulation to manipulate the models and the environment. That's what system thinkers, they do. So experimentation consists of manipulating the environment and observing the change that comes about. And when it comes to theorization, this is the process of manipulating models to see if they make accurate predictions of future observation. So that's what we do normally when we're using our intellect. But how do we make our perspectives? We got some filters, we got internal state and external stimuli. So starting from emotional state, we can create behavior and modify the external stimuli. And then the external stimuli can go through the filter. That filter is made of our culture, our value, what else? Our beliefs, and other attitudes and memories and decisions. So all this going through is the way for us to bring our own perspectives. It's the way we can make an opinion. And we don't have the same way to interact, and there are many different ways. So these are our internal maps of how the world works. No two people map exactly alike. So divergent conclusions are normal. Each person thinks through their own lens. So this is what we normally bring when it comes to solving wicked problems, I might call it. Problems that are not, that doesn't need a linear thinking, but non-linear thinking. So perspectives, diverse perspective, different filters plus internal state equal different behaviors and problem framing. That is a wider space to solve a problem. Plurality of perspective is a strength because reflection and feedback loops are crucial to avoid groupthink or metacognition laziness. So we are becoming informavore instead of what we've been before. So we're experiencing information syndrome fatigue, email fatigues. We got a PIN number and so on. The information flying, but we need a good filter. So diversity can yield a robust, well-rounded solution if we intentionally harness it through reflective practice. So quantum intelligence, I'm not going to go deep enough, is the capacity to learn and problem solve at the quantum scale. So it goes beyond classical intelligence. So the attributes are superposition of ideas, recognition of entangled correlation. Things are interconnected. And also, what else we can say? Can human AI collaboration adopt quantum-informed mindset to navigate complexity? That's a question we can ask ourselves. So what else we can say? I'm not going to dilate on this because I want to move quickly on to the case study. So this is what we say, human AI symbiosis in the quantum frame, I can say. Quantum agent could extend AI to nanofabrication, DNA topology, quantum computational biology, according to Swan and Santos. Humans bring context, values, reflective judgment. AI brings speed, superposition, scale-based pattern recognition. So together, co-create responsibly scale-free intelligence. So human AI entity must be designed as reflective, ethical partners, not just optimization machines. Reinforces the golden thread, symbiosis, reflection, and system-level adaptation. So this is the 5 moves we take when it comes to designing a system or want to solve a problem. So the first one is to be the rich picture. And this is according to Checkland system thinking. We will see the actors who category, first of all, is the customers. Who are the customer and the actors, the transformative process, the worldview, the environment, and so on. And bringing a rich picture in the classroom or taking a rich picture from a class dynamics comes with this idea. So what we see in the classroom, even here we can see that we got presences. I'm the speaker, I've got presence, you are the listener, you are not my student, sorry. So you are the audience, you have a presence as well. What is it that we are cognizing with? It is whatever I'm sharing here. So we got the lecture presence, the cognitive presence, and the student presence. All are interconnected. We got teaching environment, and we got a narrative and lesson. So we got perspective in the boundary as well. So this is the rich picture of the classroom. Sorry, you want to take a picture? Go ahead, please. So I'll move on quickly to this is the CLD of about the classroom dynamic. We got stress that is impacting negatively because the ultimate game or the ultimate aim is to achieve educational experience quality. That is on the top left corner there. And you got other parameters. I selected what is important. In front of complexity, you need to filter as well. So filtering is one of the aspects I've taken. And from there, I can see the causes of educational experiences, and we can see also the causes for student engagement. And from here, I can run the sensitivity, sensitive matrix of analysis to check where will be the leverage point. So moving forward, this is the uses tree. Student engagement can impact student experience quality, learning rate, and knowledge, and so on. And then the stress as well can impact the educational experience quality and help seeking, and so on. Student engagement, learning rate. That is the uses tree. So this is the validation as well. I use Goldstrat validation. Loops are clear. We got clarity, cause and effect logic. We got no contradiction. Closed loop cycle is reinforcing, showing how small changes amplify. And we got quantifiable variables and so on. And we move on again, further forward, fast forward. We use, this is the stock and flow diagram, and I ran it. The first one was qualitative approach, but this one mostly is a quantitative approach because I use numerical parameter. So what did I get out of that? We got the reflection. These are the results. The student engagement, and you can see what is the stress. The stress level goes down when the education level goes up. So the scale is between 0 and 1. That's what I've selected. So when the stress goes down, the student engagement goes high, knowledge goes high. So this is a sensitivity matrix. Where would I intervene? Peer support coming first there on top. So I can say the leverage point belonging drive motivation, and peer support is the strongest leverage point. And then I can move on, sorry, quickly. And these are the intervention as well. I'm proposing peer support, highest leverage, build peer learning community, study circles, mentoring peers, and so on, strengthen social reinforcing loop, higher engagement, and so on. This is system thinking in practice, moving from theory and doing. This is what we are doing with my student. I can say for the mental health situation as well at Northampton. We got some leverage point. So it can go wrong as well. I can go to the final one, closing the loop. The message to take home: human-AI symbiosis, when guided by system thinking and enriched by quantum-informed perspectives, is not about efficiency or optimization alone. It is about deepening our collective capacity to navigate complexity, integrating human wisdom with AI computational reach. The real power lies in embedding reflection, ethical grounding, and multi-perspective inquiry into our use of AI. So that technology amplifies resilience, learning, and humane outcomes rather than undermining them. The last question to take home for you: how will you design human-AI symbiosis in your practice? Thank you so much. Thank you for listening.